Now that our Lord Steve Jobs has begun his holy meditations before his ascension into the high heavens, what innovations do you think that the new CEO Tim Cook will bring to the world?
Well, as we know, the iPod was far too expensive with no real features ever to catch on except for a handful of fancy designer types.
Quite true. Not enough buttons to confuse consumers into thinking they've bought something worth the huge effort to operate.
And the iPhone was far too expensive for consumers. It didn't even have a keyboard, so who's that going to appeal to?
Yes, what a disaster. And don't forget their other blunders like dropping floppy disks and exclusive support for USB.
And as for the iPad, vastly overpriced with no practical use. Not to mention its ridiculous form factor, no one in their right mind could call it portable.
Except for the Kool-Aid drinkers. What the world really needs is a touchscreen the size of a coffee table that weighs half a ton and costs $25,000. That's innovation.
Look at their desktop line. What's the point of a modern operating system that loads 4 times quicker, is more than twice as fast and costs a tenth the price of Microsoft Windows?
I know. Line looks too clean and functional to appeal to anyone who has been brought up in the Microsoft way of thinking. Consumers are crying out for a constant barrage of pop-ups.
Apple need to get innovative to survive. They could begin by putting Microsoft Word on their phones, and maybe then they'll have a product that people will want to actually buy.